So this morning I woke up, watched 3 hours of YouTube, was a bit hungover, drank some water, and then got up. I am tired of being hungover on a Saturday and Sunday. Intervention day is here. Interventions, yay! This is my bullet journal that I use semi-regularly whenever I have an intervention, it seems. I started last year in December of 2019. I put quite a lot of effort into the artwork on this page, and then when you get to like further on, it just becomes like, here's the March artwork, a bit more minimalistic, and then as you go further and further in, it's like I just gave up. Anyways, let's make one for October. Let me write out my intervention plan for the day.
So the plan was simple and divided into 2 parts. 1. A list of things that I could do today to give me an immediate, if somewhat superficial, sense that I had my shit together. This list consisted of tidying up the flat, buying some healthy food, making some kimchi, more on that later, and buying some props for a project I wanted to make. And then second, the long-term projects. These are things that needed a bit more than an hour of my time to get long-lasting results. This list consisted of exercising regularly, healthy eating regularly, learning Spanish regularly, teaching myself programming regularly, and reading regularly. I also had work on some personal projects on this list, but I just didn't feel like it fit into the whole regularly thing, which is why I'm just awkwardly throwing it in at the end.
Before we leave, let's do a quick outfit shout out to, yes, you guessed it, my own outfit. This outfit is very on point today because I am wearing the building trousers. Similarly to how buildings do not appear in one day, work in progress outfit. The thing about being a messy person is that it doesn't actually bother me. Like, I quite like it. I don't mind messy, but I do mind dirty. And I don't think I've really had a deep clean in like, well, since I moved in. So 3 or 4 weeks. So I feel like it's time. On that note, let's tidy up the flat. I love tidying. Lol.
So even though I think that having a tidy house is a bit of a social construct, I, like the rest of the world, do enjoy a good tidying up time lapse, so here you are. At this point I felt I was doing pretty well. The only thing I had left to do on the short term list was make kimchi, so let's talk about that. So according to Wikipedia, kimchi, a staple in Korean cuisine, is a traditional side dish of salted and fermented vegetables. The point I'm trying to make here is that you have to wait for the kimchi to ferment. And so the metaphor that I've come up with for this one is that as the kimchi ferments into a better tasting kimchi, I am supposed to be fermenting into a better person. And if that's not a far-fetched metaphor for goals that you need more than one day to achieve, I don't know what is, baby.
Welcome to another episode of I'm recording when there's really bad lighting, but I really need to finish this kimchi because if I don't, it's not going to go into fermentation. I'll have to wait longer to eat it. Hope you enjoy. So I'm following along with Joshua Weissman's? I'm following along with his recipe because, I don't know, I quite like his videos, and who else would we trust? Okay, so I don't really have like exact measurements here. After years of ignoring advice or recipes, why would I start listening to them now just because we're moving into fermentation? So the ginger is supposed to be blended, but basically I can't blend it because I don't have a blender. So what we're gonna do instead peel it and then just like slice it small as I possibly can and just kind of pray to the gods that this is the equivalent. But I feel like fermentation as a general food was designed to stop food from going bad. So it was around before refrigerators is the point I'm making. And if it was around before refrigerators, it was around before blenders. Therefore, I think that I'll be fine. Was the whole point of that one. You're welcome for that analysis. You know the phrase wimp lettuce? This is like what this cabbage is at right now. Like it's like this. It's like ba-bam. Look at all the water hanging out in the bottom of that. So the next job is going to be to rinse this off loads because it's really salty. So this is it after it's been rinsed. It's still quite salty, but I think it's over salty, so hopefully that's, oh my god, hopefully that's alright. So we're in the finishing off stages, I think, of this whole shebang. Okay, so the healthy eating thing is maybe not going so well. It's not terrible, but it's not amazing either. We don't all eat super healthily all the time, and I kind of get that during a challenge maybe I should have been more healthy, but I also try to kind of, I'm a big believer in moderation. I don't think that we need to be perfect all the time, which is great because I'm most definitely not. I have been doing more home cooking and I have been eating, well, I always cook from home, but I've been cooking healthier meals from home in the sense that I've been eating a lot more beans and things. So even though I ate chocolate last night and quite a lot of it, I'm not gonna be too mad at myself, I guess, is the point of this one. It's a new day, so a new beginning for me. So kimchi fermentation is currently on day 2, and every day I've just been like pushing down the liquid a bit more just to make sure that it's all covered because I don't want any mold growing on it somewhere. Now that I have all my longer term projects, the goal here is going to be consistency. That's where this is going to be made or break. Made or braid? Mock or broke? Make or break. So the way I'm going to track if I achieve my goals or not is I'm going to make a calendar, and every day that I do it, tick it off. And then after a month, we'll be able to look at this calendar and have a long-term perspective if I achieved my goals or not, or if I made any effort towards them. So we're going to do some data-driven planning here.
So if I do 20 minutes a day, 7 days a week of exercising, programming and Spanish, that concludes within a year to a very large amount of time. And on paper, it sounds absolutely excellent. However, I think we can all agree that the hard part is actually going to be implementing it.
So, let's start. It's 10:30 and I am starting my 20 minutes of studying. I might make them both 10 minutes a day because I'm just so not in the mood, but I'm trying to keep it consistent. So yesterday I didn't manage to do any Spanish, but I did manage to do programming, so I guess we'll tick that off the list. I'm kind of hoping that this time next month, so the 30th of November, I will be just as on it because like I said, I keep saying it, but fucking consistency. Keep it consistent. Classic example of consistency. Consistency. Believing. Okay, so I've actually lost count of what day of kimchi we're on. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So this is day 6 of kimchi fermentation. So I'm gonna taste it. It's like 8 in the morning, not exactly peak kimchi tasting time. Shall we get a live reaction from my most attractive angle, as always. Bon appetit. From like
from a food preservation point of view, tastes absolutely fine. From a spicy point of view, oh my god, man, that was so spicy. Let's try another piece now that my mouth is like warmed up. Wait a bit of the spice. It's pretty good.
And do you know what else is not quite so pretty good? Long-term planning rule.
So we're about 2 weeks in at this point. So the ones in yellow are the ones that I'm trying to do daily. Today is Sunday, so we're here. So I've not ticked them off for today actually. So working out, we're doing pretty well. Programming, we're doing pretty well. Spanish, we're doing less well, because it's the one I enjoy least, definitely.